K-Flock's ops would react to the news of him catching this serious case, saying they hope he gets home soon so they can catch him.
Hey, yo, free that man, y'all heard? Bro, that free that man. We see that man. Cause that man, I don't wish death, but we going up. You heard, Muddy?
Bro, Daddy, I want him to come home.
Yeah, I want him to come home, so flock that man.
However, fans of K-Flock on social media were much less forgiving. Considering the privileged position K-Flock was in off of the back of his music career, many people couldn't understand why a famous rapper wearing an outfit worth thousands of dollars would do such a senseless and sloppy crime. People were saying K-Flock is the dumbest criminal in history. Tweets came out questioning why anybody would slide on an op in a Miri jeans, a Moncler jacket, and unreleased Jordan sneakers. Some joked that they simply couldn't believe that somebody would wear a $3,000 outfit to do a drill, pointing out the irony in his earlier lyrics about still toting a pistol whilst wearing designer high fashion. Others suggested that they just couldn't believe that this had happened right next to a church at 10 in the morning, suggesting that K-Flock would have barely finished his breakfast before committing the crime. DJ academics would come out with an array of nicknames for K-Flock, including the Designer Demon, the Moncler Menace, and the Amiri Assassin. Meanwhile, Adam 22 of No Jumper would mourn what a waste of talent this story truly was, pointing out that days ago, K-Flock was the hottest up-and-comer in the rap game, and all of a sudden he's thrown it all away in a heartbeat. Things weren't looking good for K-Flock. However, his lawyer did at least try and put a positive spin on things, saying that he's begun his own investigations into the killing, and pointing out the fact that the NYPD had received a tip that someone else is the shooter. However, the validity of that claim is yet to be seen, and at this point the surveillance footage is incredibly damning. And in the meantime, K-Flock would find himself locked up in jail, waiting for an update on his case. But if you thought catching a murder charge and being sent to jail at the height of your career would be a humbling experience warranting some self-reflection, then you ought to think again. Because after arriving to jail, fighting for his life and career, it would appear that K-Flock was still on demon time, soon releasing a jail freestyle recorded on the phone where he disses his cousin DThang, who's still locked up at this point, suggesting that he got jumped in jail.
Bitch, I walked in the spot up on hot. DT walked in the spot and got hot. I'm in jail now, such a good time to get posted as long as we think we gon' dog.
In response to this, DThang would come out with his own freestyle recorded over the phone from jail, responding to and rebuffing K-Flock's lyrics.
K-Flock, why you lied on the net? Said I got hot. You know that cat. And for what, we gon' get to the fact you saw me face to face and you wasn't on that. Like, so I wanna know. Heard you got here like 3 days ago. Like, who did you touch? Like, who got? Can't talk too much, forgot I'm on his phone.
After this, more posts would come out where DThang would deny being attacked in jail, but many people simply could not believe that these two would continue beefing from behind bars, as if nothing had changed. Legend of Brooklyn drill Fabio Foreign would even come out to comment after listening to these two jailhouse drill disses, saying jokingly that he loved this newly invented genre of jail phone drill songs, and claiming that this is the only genre of music he listens to now.
I ain't never seen do the jail phone drill diss joints. I ain't gonna lie, I'm jacking the jail phone diss joints out. That's, matter of fact, from now on, the only music I'm listening to is jail phone drill music. I'm not listening to no other type of music.
Fabio's right. This is definitely a first for hip-hop, but it really does just sum up the broken mentality of these two young men. For better or for worse, they're so motivated and obsessed with this street beef, which is understandable considering just how much bloodshed there's been on both sides, that ultimately fame, money, cars, and designer clothes, or even one's own freedom, is inconsequential when their only motivation is disrespecting, hurting, or killing their opposition. Nothing else matters but getting down the ops, and they don't even care if that's their own flesh and blood. At this point, ultimately their hatred for each other seems so deep that it's hard to imagine that these young men could ever mature and move on from this, pointing their focus to other more important things in life, like their careers, making incredible art, or looking after their families. And sadly for K-Flock, he appeared to have had the clearest and biggest opportunity to break that cycle, but unfortunately, that simply wasn't enough for him to change his ways and break the cycle.